What's going on, everyone? This is your boy AshTheMan, and thank you so much for tuning in. And we are here to talk about My Hero Academia, and this episode focuses on my man's Red Riot. Yeah, I'm so glad that they actually giving him like the time to build up his character and everything. Like, it's really interesting. And in this episode 72, we could definitely expect them to kind of like really like capitalize on this. Now, one of the things I want to get out when I say this is that My Hero Academia does a great job with character development. And what I mean about character development is like even villains on top of the heroes, on top of the upcoming heroes, on top of the big three, everybody has enough screen time to where you can actually appreciate the time that is spent on characters. And that's really a great thing. I have no complaints with that whatsoever. So yeah, let's definitely jump into that. Now, as this fight goes on, they is running through the underground of the Yakuza place, and with them going through the underground, they got separated from most of the officers. You get to see Sun Eater take down a 3-man team by himself, which is amazing. And now you get to see them going on. Now as they starts to continue, they try to take out Eraserhead and separate him from the group, but however Fat Man threw himself on the way, but also Red Riot kind of like went along with him. And the reason that happened is because he thought about, trying to save Eraserhead also, but he ended up getting caught in, Fat Man's belly and stuff like that. So basically, when they get to this room, you got this guy who shoots berries, you got this super powered, fist throwing guy that are trying to take, down Fat Man and Red Riot. Now, Red Riot first threw his stuff, and my man's came with the craziest haymakers and like punched him once, threw him to a wall, and pretty much had my man's Red Riot, shaking, in fear. My man's just got punched. He just got the haymaker. So Fat Man is just sitting there on the vessel taking all the hits. He's taking all the hits. And they kind of like do a flashback. Because, Red Riot, he had flashbacks, but he had never won this detailed before. To kind of like tell the time before he reached the academy. He went to this, school. His powers wasn't as great as it is right now. That's to be understandable due to it being a flashback. But also, you get to see him, being put in positions to really test his, heroism. And the first time, these guys was picking on, this particular girl, and not the girl, but this guy. I guess he's able to change like leaves into money temporarily. So it was just kind of crazy to kind of see that. Now, Mina was able to, kind of like convince them to be friends, and they all ended up good. And, he kind of seen that, was like, okay, then what am I doing? And yes, if you understand that Mina, she's the pink one that shoots acid. And of course, her and Red Riot have some histories of going to the same school previously to the academy. Now, later on, you get to see him being tested again. He's walking down the street. He see these girls, getting asked directions by this big creepy guy. And he got kind of scared and didn't want to interact with that. But Mina kind of like gave him the directions, and she felt the need to, oh my God, he's so scary. So in these 2 times, he pretty much got consumed with fear and didn't act as a hero. Now, when he seen his idol, Crimson Riot, and he kind of like gave off his experience, kind of similar to Red Riot, and I guess he put himself in that position to kind of like relate himself to that. So when that happened, you got to see Red Riot, pretty much harden his skin and threw himself in front of Fat Man to being able to give him the time he need to unleash his powerful attack. And, Red Riot took the hits, well, and I guess, the fear is still there, but you just have to act on that fear to being able to do so. I guess their way of explaining that. But in other words, he was able to give Fat Man the time he needed to unleash his attack. All the attacks that he's absorbed in his fat and everything, he could use it to kind of do some type of like reflecting power and knock him out. That's exactly what he did. He took out the barrier guy and the fist guy all in one round, and that was actually interesting. And that pretty much sums up the episode. Again, I love the fact that they giving my man's Red Riot a lot of screen time to kind of like find out what kind of person he is. Because if you look at the whole class, everybody in this class is very interesting, besides a few people. But However, he's one of the top heroes from Class 1A that I consider to be top tier. So, in other words, I'm glad to give my man some screen time. And this episode, again, it was a good episode, pretty good. So can't go wrong with that. But I do want to thank you guys for definitely tuning in to this. Again, happy that my man's Red Riot is getting that screen time. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, hit that notification button, and leave a comment below. Tell me how you feel about this episode. I would definitely love to hear it. Other than that, have a wonderful day. Goodbye.